Alright, welcome to Let's Talk on Supreme TV. Excuse the get up, I'm still at work. Just came out of the double mask, the big C, so we have to dress hair cover, eye cover, and N95 with a regular mask over it. So, excuse the get up. But anyway, still at work, so I decide get some free time. I'm on lunch, so I'm going to do a quick review video. So the big feud with Mr. Vegas and Souflo TV, and I'm gonna break it down a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you my opinion and why I think both Souflo and both Mr. Vegas, they were both wrong. All right, so let's get right into it. First of all, Souflo, you started the whole situation. To be honest, I think the whole thing was probably unnecessary, because if you listen to some of what you said in the video, you gave me the impression you were doing a video on something you didn't have any information about, because you said it towards the end. And number two, you weren't precise and you weren't concise with your arguments, and that's why you triggered Mr. Vegas. We'll break it down anyway. I thought there was 3 reasons why I thought you were wrong, but then when I examined the whole video, I realized there's like 5 instances that caused the whole drama. Put it that way, the whole drama. So you were wrong for instigating it, and Mr. Vegas, you were wrong because the way you responded to what Souflo said. You had your right, but you gave up your right, and I'm gonna break down why I think you were wrong. Because you, Mr. Vegas, black people champion, the youths them champion, you sent a bad message to the youth, and that's why I think you were wrong. So anyway, we're gonna get right into it. So let's start with the first clip. From the get-go, if you guys watch the video good, without any bias, we know you all have sides. Well, if you watch the video without any bias, you'll see from the beginning, from the get-go, you could tell Souflo was going somewhere where he shouldn't have gone. And let's put it like this: if Souflo did it for a desired outcome that he had planned, then he achieved whatever he had planned. All right? If it was something nefarious that he had that type of intention, then he achieved his goal, and this video did it all for him, if that's what he was aiming for. But if that's not what he was aiming for, then Souflo, you're 100% wrong in all this. So however Vegas responded to you, you deserve it, but that didn't make Vegas right, because Vegas has a lot of people looking up to him, and Vegas gave away his right then and there. Vegas has a brand to protect. It's just like any manufacturer who design a product. They have a name and a reputation to protect. So that's why they give you a warranty, and anything goes wrong, they'll honor that warranty because they have a name and a brand to protect. And that's what Vegas didn't realize and didn't keep in mind, that Mr. Vegas is a brand. Mr. Vegas is an inspiration to others. right then and there. Well, let's listen some more.
Let me say a backslide, but no, you went in there and you saw the funnies, and you decided not to be a part of it. On that level, me and him share the same. Understand? But, there's an issue here. Somebody said recently, yes.
All right, let's leave it there. Number 2. All right. 14 minutes and 35 seconds into the video. 14 minutes and 35 seconds into the video. For those of you who are watching, I'm putting up the timestamp so you know where to go. You can break it down for yourself. Number 2.
No respect to that. Don't know who Mr. Vegas in all his years. And remember, he was at the height of dancehall music and reggae music.
You see, that's where Souflo went wrong. He wasn't precise and he wasn't concise. Because if you listen to that just now, right? He wanted to know, he's asking a question and then he leave from the question to deviate to something else. So him himself, he's not on point.
Who has he ever, up to this day, Mr. Vegas have a monster tune that is called Exile. You see? I'm not ask nobody, me I tell you this. Anyway, Exile play upon the globe.
You see, he's off into something else. Mr. Vegas has a hit tune, Head's Eye, all over the globe. You're not sticking on point. You're asking a question, but then you're into a statement. So that's one of the problem right there. Now let's listen some more. All right, let's move on to number 3.
These monster hits that even gets played on US radio, right?
Mainstream radio.
But you never reach and say, come here, youth. And you may push forward now.
But you never reach and say, come here, youth. You may push forward. If you listen to the correction, the updated video that Souflo did, he said he's talking about who Mr. Vegas ever bossed. That's not what he's saying here. That's not what he's saying here. Who you ever reach back, and that's why Vegas came with his cell phone with a litany of artists on top of artists, and that's why Vegas is saying, listen, I can bring a horse to the water, but I can't force them to drink. A man have to have him talent after you bring him. It's talent and hard work. He have to put in the work. Mr. Vegas can't put in the work for him, which in Vegas was 100% correct. Vegas can't do the work for the man. The man have to drink the water himself. Alright, so Souflo, you argue 2 different points there. So you understand? So Vegas rush you, then you come with a correction. Alright? And this is not a fight, just pointing out something where you're wrong. Right? Let's listen.
Kick open the door and say,
Kick open the door and say.
talk about this before. Brian Jamaica is here.
You see, then he. So, right here, Souflo. This is where you went wrong again. You started asking the question, and while asking the question, you deviated onto a different thought. Mr. Winford said this. Let's continue.
And it's here to stay. And when you get yourself in the door, you must make sure you bring others. That way, when your star is no longer, cause a star is going up, stars shoot.
And Mr. Vegas did address that point. There's a lot of other artists that Mr. Vegas did put. All right, let's move on to number 4.
So, where are the people? Are the one artist Mr. Vegas put to the forefront then?
All right, now there you go. There's a difference between boss versus where is the one artist that Mr. Vegas put to the forefront. That's a question. Let's finish.
It's people like him, Protege was talking about.
It's people like him Protege was talking about. Now that's something totally different. So right then and there, Souflo, if your ideas and your thoughts were about who Mr. Vegas boss, that's not what you were doing here. You weren't saying Who Mr. You say, where's the one youth? Where's the one person where Mr. Vegas can say reach back and pull up and kick down the door? And so right then and there, you're at fault right here. Alright? Let's look at the last video.
You never remember one time Mr. Vegas bring so and so on stage multiple times and bust him and melt him for that. Who did you carry on tour with you and put them as the person that will open the show for you? Who did you take and school to the business and make them understand, yo, listen, publishing is works.
Who did you take and school to the business? If you're asking that question, then you should not have, what would you say now? You shouldn't have done it this way, because this is something that you don't know. You have no idea what Mr. Vegas did, what he didn't do. The mere fact that you're asking this question tells me that you're addressing something that you don't know, you don't have any idea about. Now, Mr. Vegas came with his phone and show you a litany of people who he brought to the water, pretty much opened the door for, spend money on. So Souflo, you're wrong there. Alright? Let's leave it at that. Now, Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas, here where you're wrong. And this is why I give Mr. Vegas wrong. Mr. Vegas, who some people might consider the black people champion, who champion certain cause of black people, and who's championing the cause for youths to have a certain self-esteem and a certain value for themselves and how to handle certain situation. The last video I saw Mr. Vegas telling the kids, don't make anybody have power tell you to come bust gun for him. That Mr. Vegas I'm addressing. And Mr. Vegas, the way you responded shows that there's a chink in your armor. You're trying to preach to the kids how to resolve conflict, but yet this is how you handle a conflict, how you resolve a conflict. And that's why I'm a little bit disappointed in you, Mr. Vegas. Honestly, this got to you some way, somehow. Souflo pressed that button, and in pressing that button, this is how you responded, and that wasn't right where you're concerned, because you're the preacher. You're the one telling people to do the right thing, and then you end up doing the wrong thing. It makes you look hypocritical. So Mr. Vegas, I hope you actually go back, and I hope you apologize to your fans, and you apologize to the kids who are watching, and the kids who are looking up to you, and the kids who you are trying to encourage to change their life and go a different direction. So Mr. Vegas, I hope you're not too big. I hope when you watch this, you see what I'm saying, and you can come out and apologize to your fans and your viewers and your subscribers. All right, so until next time, Supreme TV here, out.